My friends, there is a power within you greater than all the forces of the world. It is unseen, yet it shapes everything you see. It never rests, never questions, and never fails. That power is your subconscious mind, the silent builder of your destiny. While your conscious mind sleeps, your subconscious is wide awake, listening to every word, every image, every emotion you impress upon it. Whatever idea you plant before sleep, be it fear or faith, doubt or belief, becomes the seed that creates your reality. You see, the night is not a time of rest alone, it is a sacred moment when you can reprogram your entire life. The last thoughts you hold before you drift into slumber are commands sent directly to the infinite within you. They become living realities, drawn into form by the law of mind. If you speak of success, you will rise with new strength. If you affirm peace, your days will flow in harmony. But if you speak of lack, worry, or defeat, those too will manifest. With exact precision, for the subconscious never judges, it only obeys. Tonight, I invite you to discover the secret law that changes reality, the law of belief impressed upon the mind during sleep. Talk to your mind as you would to a loyal friend. Tell it the truth you want to live, and it will make all things possible. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It is the silent power that operates every function of your being, the unseen intelligence that keeps your heart beating, your lungs breathing, and your blood flowing, even when you are deep in slumber. While your conscious mind rests and drifts into dreams, your subconscious remains fully alert, ever receptive, always active. It never tires, never questions, and never stops working on the ideas you have impressed upon it throughout your waking hours. You may think that when you go to sleep, your mind shuts down, but this is far from the truth. The conscious mind, the reasoning part of you, may become inactive for a time, but the deeper mind, the subconscious, continues its work unceasingly. It is the part of you that governs the body's healing, the repair of cells, the beating of the heart, and the restoration of your energy. Yet beyond the physical, it is also the creative force that shapes the events and circumstances of your life. Every word you speak, every belief you hold, and every emotion you feel before sleep is planted like a seed in this fertile soil of the subconscious. And as you rest, it goes to work, bringing those seeds into manifestation with mathematical precision. When you understand that your subconscious never sleeps, you realize that your mind is always in motion, always creating. Whether you are awake or asleep, it is carrying out its function faithfully, responding to the mental impressions you feed it. If your last thoughts before sleep are filled with fear, worry, or resentment, those impressions are received by the subconscious and acted upon during the night. You may awaken feeling anxious or burdened, and events during the day may seem to confirm your fears. Yet, if before sleep you fill your mind with calmness, faith, gratitude, and love, your subconscious will take those feelings and reproduce them in your waking life. This is why many wise teachers throughout history have emphasized the importance of guarding the mind before sleep. The final 5 minutes before you drift off are among the most powerful moments of your day. In that state between wakefulness and sleep, your conscious mind grows quiet, and your subconscious becomes most open to suggestion. Whatever thoughts or images you hold at that time sink deeply into your mental being, where they begin to take root and grow. Your subconscious then works tirelessly through the night to express those ideas in the outer world. You are never truly alone in sleep, for your subconscious is always present, guiding, protecting, and creating according to the pattern you have established. If you affirm harmony, health, and success, your subconscious will align your body, circumstances, and relationships to reflect that inner belief. If you affirm lack, conflict, or failure, it will manifest those conditions as well. It does not judge between good and bad. It merely follows the pattern you give it. Like the soil that yields whatever seed you plant, your subconscious mind produces in kind abundance from seeds of abundance and limitation from seeds of limitation. When you retire at night, you can use this knowledge to transform your life. Speak gently to yourself as though you were speaking to a dear friend. Tell your subconscious that you are strong, peaceful, and successful. Picture yourself as you desire to be, already in possession of all the good you seek. Feel the reality of it. Then, as you fall asleep, allow those ideas to drift into the deeper levels of your mind. Your subconscious will take over, working through the night to bring them to pass. It will reorganize your thoughts, adjust your inner attitude, and direct circumstances to align with your belief. Even while you sleep, your subconscious can guide you with intuitive answers. Many great scientists, writers, and inventors have testified that solutions came to them in dreams or upon awakening. The subconscious had been working while they slept, assembling ideas and presenting the answer in the quiet of morning. You too can access this same creative intelligence. Simply give it clear instructions before you sleep. Tell it what you wish to know, what you wish to create, what you wish to heal, and trust that it will act in perfect order. Understand this eternal truth. Your subconscious mind never sleeps, never rests, never ceases to create. It is always on duty, responding to your thoughts and emotions, constructing your world according to the mental images you supply. Each night, you hand over to it the script of tomorrow's experiences. What you think before sleep is what you live when you wake. Therefore, make your last thoughts noble, pure, and uplifting. Speak words of love, abundance, and faith. Fill your mind with peace and gratitude. Then your subconscious, faithful servant of your conscious will work through the night to weave those thoughts into the tapestry of your life. When you truly grasp that your subconscious never sleeps, you begin to live with awareness. You recognize that every moment, even in rest, your mind is working for or against you. And once you take command of this power, once you begin to feed it only the thoughts that serve your highest good, you awaken to a life transformed, for you have aligned yourself with the creative law that governs all reality. Thoughts before sleep shape your reality. Every night, as you close your eyes, your mind enters a sacred state between wakefulness and the world of dreams. It is in this delicate, quiet moment that the veil between the conscious and subconscious mind becomes thin, and whatever you think, feel, and imagine seeps into the deeper layers of your being. These final impressions before sleep are not forgotten. They are absorbed by your subconscious and reproduced in the circumstances of your waking life. You may not realize it, but your nightly thoughts are powerful creative commands. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. As you sleep, those seeds take root, grow, and later appear as experiences, opportunities, or obstacles, all depending on the nature of your thoughts. When your last moments of consciousness are filled with worry, fear, resentment, or doubt, your subconscious accepts those feelings as truth and begins working to express them in your outer world. But if you end your day in gratitude, faith, love, and confidence, your subconscious will build a reality that mirrors those uplifting states. The truth is simple yet profound. The thoughts that occupy your mind before sleep determine the tone of your dreams, the quality of your rest, and the nature of your tomorrow. The subconscious mind is highly suggestible when you are in a relaxed or drowsy state. As your conscious mind releases control, the deeper mind opens like a gate, ready to receive direction. In those last few minutes before sleep, every image, every word, every emotion you experience is recorded. You might think you are merely recalling the events of the day, but in truth, you are setting the stage for the day to come. Imagine this scene. Two people go to bed at the same hour. One lies down, replaying every frustration and disappointment of the day. Their mind churns with what went wrong, who said what, and what could have been. They fall asleep in a state of tension and wake up feeling drained, repeating the same patterns of negativity. The other person, before sleeping, takes a few moments to breathe deeply, forgive the day, and speak words of gratitude. Everything is working out for my highest good. Tomorrow will bring new opportunities. I am at peace. They drift into rest with calm assurance and awaken feeling inspired, attracting conditions that align with peace and progress. This is not coincidence. It is the working of an immutable law. Your subconscious acts on the last idea impressed upon it. The mind is creative, not selective. It accepts whatever you feed it as fact and manifests it without question. You become the architect of your own reality through the blueprints you hand over each night. If you go to sleep dwelling on illness, you reinforce sickness. If you focus on health and vitality, your body responds with restoration. If you end the day with thoughts of failure, you strengthen defeat. If you affirm success, your subconscious reorganizes circumstances to make it so. Think of the moments before sleep as a sacred dialogue with the infinite intelligence within you. In that stillness, speak to your mind gently but firmly. Declare what you wish to experience. Say to yourself, I am guided, I am blessed, my life unfolds in harmony and abundance. Picture yourself living the life you desire, happy, confident, fulfilled. Feel the emotion as though it were already real. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It responds only to feeling. Whatever you feel deeply before sleep becomes a living pattern within you. It is during sleep that the subconscious processes, organizes, and brings into motion the creative forces of your life. It draws to you people, ideas, and events that correspond to your dominant mental state. This is why many great minds, inventors, writers, leaders, deliberately use the moments before sleep to program their minds with desired outcomes. Thomas Edison, for instance, often fell asleep thinking of solutions to his problems, knowing that his subconscious would deliver the answer upon waking. You can do the same by trusting that what you think and feel before rest is being acted upon even as you sleep. When you truly understand that thoughts before sleep shape your reality, you stop taking those final moments of the day for granted. You no longer fill them with idle worry or self-criticism. Instead, you turn them into a sacred ritual, a time to release negativity and impress your mind with faith, love, and gratitude. You cleanse your consciousness from the noise of the day and replace it with peace. In doing so, you set in motion unseen forces that work on your behalf through the night. The law is exact. Whatever image dominates your mind before sleep is reproduced in your world. If you wish to change your outer life, begin by mastering your inner world at the edge of sleep. Make those last 5 minutes count. Fill them with visions of the life you desire, with gratitude for what you already have, and with unwavering belief that all things are working in divine order. When you awaken, you will find that life begins to mirror your new mental pattern for the Vinjan. Subconscious mind, once given direction, never fails to act upon it. So, tonight, before you close your eyes, remember, you are not merely ending another day, you are shaping the next one. The thoughts you hold in the silence of night will soon become the reality you live in the light of morning. The subconscious accepts every belief as truth. It does not analyze, argue, or reason. It simply receives what you give it and acts upon it with absolute obedience. Unlike the conscious mind, which can compare, judge, and evaluate, the subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever seed you plant, whether that seed is a rose or a thorn. It is impersonal and impartial. It does not care whether what you believe is good or bad, true or false, helpful or harmful. Once an idea is accepted as true, Your subconscious sets about bringing it to pass with unshakable precision. This truth explains why people experience such vastly different lives, even under similar circumstances. One person believes the world is full of opportunity and kindness. Another believes it is hostile and unfair. The first moves through life with faith and enthusiasm, attracting helpful people and fortunate events. The second walks with suspicion and fear, and life seems to reflect those exact emotions back. Yet both are experiencing the same law in action. Their subconscious minds are simply reproducing their dominant beliefs in visible form. When you understand that your subconscious accepts every belief as truth, you become deeply aware of the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. Every belief you hold about yourself, others, or the world becomes a command to your inner mind. If you constantly think, "I'm unlucky," your subconscious accepts that statement as a fact and organizes circumstances to confirm it. If you believe, "I always succeed," your subconscious takes that belief and aligns events to make it real. Your outer world becomes a mirror reflecting your inner convictions. This law is not moral, it is mechanical. Just as electricity can light a home or burn it down depending on how it is used, the subconscious mind can produce beauty or chaos depending on the beliefs impressed upon it. The subconscious does not filter or question, it simply manifests. If you tell yourself repeatedly that you are sick, poor, or unworthy, it will find ways to express those ideas through your body, finances, and relationships. If you affirm health, wealth, and worthiness with conviction, it will create those conditions with equal faithfulness. You are always instructing your subconscious through your dominant beliefs. Consider the power of suggestion. When a person in authority says, "You can't do it," and you accept that idea emotionally, you have given your subconscious a new command, a limitation to obey. It will immediately begin creating circumstances to match that belief. But if you reject such ideas and affirm, "I can and I will," your subconscious will accept this new truth and move every resource to fulfill it. It has no opinion of its own. It acts only on what you declare to be real. This is why faith is so vital. Faith is not merely hope, it is the deep conviction that something is already true. When you believe in health, peace, or success with unwavering confidence, your subconscious responds as though those things already exist, and soon they begin to take shape in your world. It works by belief alone, not by chance or luck. The outer results you see are the natural expression of inner conviction. The stronger the belief, the faster the manifestation. The subconscious mind also works in harmony with your emotions. Feeling is the language it understands best. You may say positive words, but if deep down you feel fear or doubt, it will respond to the feeling, not the words. For instance, saying, "I am prosperous," while feeling lack and worry, only confuses the message. But when you say those words with genuine faith and gratitude, the subconscious receives them as a command and begins producing evidence of prosperity. That is why belief must be felt, not merely spoken. The beauty of this law is that it gives you complete power to change your life by changing your beliefs. You need not fight the outer world. You need only transform the inner one. The subconscious accepts new ideas through repetition, faith, and emotion. When you consistently impress a new belief upon your mind, whether through affirmations, visualization, or prayer, it eventually replaces the old one. The subconscious then acts on the new belief as though it had always been true. This is how healing, success, and transformation occur. If you have long believed that life is difficult, you can replace that thought with, "Life flows easily and beautifully for me." If you have believed that you are unworthy, you can affirm, "I am valuable and deeply loved." At first, the old belief may resist, but with persistence and emotional conviction, The subconscious accepts the new idea and begins creating experiences to match it. So understand this clearly. Your subconscious is not the judge, it is the servant. It will agree with whatever you continually declare and feel to be true. Your task, then, is to be the master, to guard your beliefs carefully, to speak only those truths you wish to live. What you impress upon your subconscious, you express in your life. Every condition you see around you today was once a belief within you. Change the belief, and the condition must change too. When you live with this awareness, you become the conscious director of your fate. You stop blaming circumstances, luck, or other people because you know the creative power resides within. The subconscious is your partner in creation, and it will always say yes to your dominant thought. Feed it with faith, love, and confidence, and it will produce a life of harmony and fulfillment. The moment you believe something deeply, your subconscious begins making it so, for to that inner power, every belief is truth. Nighttime thoughts are creative commands. The last thoughts you hold before drifting into sleep are not idle or meaningless. They are the most powerful messages you send to your subconscious mind. When your conscious mind relaxes and releases control, your subconscious becomes open, receptive, and deeply impressionable. It is in this quiet transition between wakefulness and rest that the creative power within you begins to work without interference, faithfully carrying out the mental instructions you have given it. Whether you realize it or not, every thought and emotion you experience before sleep is a command that shapes your destiny. Throughout the day, your conscious mind filters ideas. It questions, analyzes, and often rejects suggestions that do not align with your logic or current beliefs. But at night, as you prepare to sleep, this gatekeeper grows drowsy, and your subconscious, ever alert and obedient, stands ready to receive whatever impressions you offer. The thoughts you entertain in those final minutes before rest become living seeds, planted in the fertile soil of your inner mind. Once accepted, they grow into circumstances, experiences, and outcomes that appear in your waking life. This is why it is so vital to end each day with constructive, positive thoughts. If you go to bed replaying worries, regrets, and fears, your subconscious accepts them as true and spends the night reinforcing those mental patterns. You awaken feeling anxious or burdened, unaware that the cause lies in your own mental habits. But if you fill your mind with images of peace, health, success, and gratitude before sleep, your subconscious will act upon those ideas. Instead, it will work tirelessly through the night to bring them into expression, arranging people, opportunities, and events in ways that match your dominant vibration. Consider how many people fall asleep each night rehearsing arguments, regretting mistakes, or fearing what tomorrow may bring. Their minds are filled with negativity, and those thoughts sink deeply into the subconscious, which has no power to reject them. It does not distinguish between what is desired and what is feared. It only takes what is impressed upon it and seeks to manifest it. In this way, countless individuals unknowingly use the creative law of mind against themselves, programming their inner power to produce more of the very conditions they wish to avoid. But the opposite is equally true. Those who understand the power of nighttime thoughts use this period as a sacred moment of creation. Before sleep, they speak to themselves with love and faith, affirming the good they desire. They might say, "Every day I grow stronger and more confident," or "Divine wisdom guides me in all that I do." Others visualize their goals as already achieved, feeling the joy and gratitude of fulfillment. In this relaxed, drowsy state, the subconscious accepts these ideas as commands and begins to bring them into form. What is impressed upon the mind at night becomes expressed in the life by day. This process is not mystical, it is natural law. Just as a garden produces whatever seeds are planted in it, the subconscious reproduces whatever ideas you plant in it before sleep. The quality of your life depends greatly on the quality of your nightly thoughts. You cannot plant seeds of fear and expect to harvest peace. You cannot fill your mind with lack and wake to abundance. But when you sow thoughts of love, confidence, and gratitude before sleep, your subconscious will cultivate them with precision, and you will find your waking world transformed. Nighttime is the ideal period for mental reprogramming because the conscious mind's resistance is at its weakest. This is why affirmations, prayers, or visualizations practiced before sleep are so effective. As you drift into slumber, your brain naturally moves through slower frequencies, and in this relaxed state, your subconscious absorbs suggestions more deeply. Even if you fall asleep while repeating an affirmation, your inner mind continues to work with it, shaping it into reality. This is why people often awaken with new insights, clarity, or a sense of calm after consciously directing their thoughts before bed. You can think of nighttime thoughts as instructions to your inner servant. Whatever order you give it, it will fulfill without question. If you command it to create harmony, it will do so. If you command it to dwell on problems, it will magnify them. Therefore, it is your sacred responsibility to choose your nightly commands wisely. Use that brief window before sleep to impress the truth of what you desire: health, peace, love, prosperity, or wisdom. Feel those ideas deeply and know that as you sleep, invisible forces are aligning to make them real. When you awaken, do so with the awareness that the work began long before dawn. Your subconscious has been active throughout the night, shaping your future according to your last waking thoughts. You will find that the more consciously you direct your mind before sleep, the more harmonious and successful your days become. Every night, you have the power to reset your mental pattern, to release the noise of the day, and to plant seeds of greatness that will blossom in due time. So, never end your day in frustration or worry. Let your final thoughts be filled with peace, gratitude, and faith in the goodness of life. Speak to your mind with authority and love, as though you were giving it the blueprint for your ideal tomorrow. For truly, nighttime thoughts are not idle fantasies, they are the creative commands that shape your world. Speak abundance, peace, and success before sleep. The words you whisper to yourself in the quiet moments before drifting into rest are far more powerful than most people realize. They are not empty affirmations or wishful thinking, they are instructions, commands, and seeds that the subconscious mind takes as reality. When you consciously speak abundance, peace, and success before sleep, you are programming your inner world to reflect those qualities in your outer life. Your subconscious does not argue or analyze, it simply receives the words you speak and begins to shape conditions to match them. Every night, as your conscious mind grows quiet, the door to your subconscious opens wide. This is the perfect time to plant new ideas, for the inner mind is most receptive in the moments before sleep. The thoughts and emotions you dwell upon at that time sink deep into the creative layer of consciousness and continue working through the night. They do not fade away when you fall asleep. They live and grow, forming patterns that influence your behavior, attract opportunities, and mold your experiences. By speaking abundance, peace, and success before you sleep, you align yourself with higher frequencies of thought, allowing divine intelligence to work freely through you. When you affirm abundance, you are not pretending that something false is true. You are recognizing a universal truth. Abundance is your birthright. The universe is filled with infinite supply, and there is no lack except that which the human mind creates through fear and disbelief. As you lie in bed, affirm gently but confidently, "I am surrounded by abundance. Prosperity flows freely through every area of my life." Feel the emotion behind the words. Imagine yourself living in ease, freedom, and plenty. Your subconscious will accept this image and set in motion all necessary means to make it real. It may bring new ideas, chance meetings, or opportunities you never expected. Abundance begins as a mental state, and through repetition and belief, it becomes your natural reality. Peace is another essential quality to speak into your mind before sleep. Many people go to bed carrying the weight of the day, the arguments, worries, and frustrations of the world. They replay painful scenes in their heads, and their subconscious receives those impressions as ongoing instructions. By doing so, they unknowingly program themselves to wake up restless and anxious. You can choose differently. Before you close your eyes, affirm softly, "Peace fills my mind and my heart. All is well. I release every burden and rest in divine calm." Feel the stillness begin to wash over you. Visualize a gentle light surrounding you, quieting every thought. In that moment, your subconscious accepts peace as your dominant vibration, and throughout the night, it works to restore balance and harmony within your body and your life. When you awaken, you will find yourself calm, refreshed, and ready to meet the day with clarity. Speaking success before sleep is equally vital. Success is not merely about wealth or recognition. It is the full expression of your potential. It means living in alignment with your purpose, achieving your goals with grace, and feeling fulfilled in your endeavors. As you prepare for rest, affirm, "I am successful in all I do. My mind is creative, my actions are guided, and everything I touch prospers." Let these words sink deeply into your subconscious. Feel the satisfaction of success as though it were already true. The subconscious mind responds to feeling, not just words. So the more vividly you experience the emotion of achievement, the faster it begins to manifest in your waking reality. When you combine abundance, peace, and success in your nightly affirmations, you create a triad of power. Abundance provides the flow of supply, peace ensures balance and mental clarity, and success gives direction and fulfillment. These three together form the foundation of a harmonious life. Speaking them before sleep is like setting a spiritual compass for your subconscious to follow through the night. You are, in essence, instructing to your inner self. "This is who I am, and this is the reality I choose to live." The secret lies in consistency and sincerity. Words spoken once may fade, but words spoken nightly, charged with emotion and belief, take root deeply. Do not speak mechanically. Speak as though you are communing with the infinite intelligence within you. Your subconscious listens intently to the tone of your feeling more than the phrasing of your sentence. If you say, "I am abundant," but feel fear of poverty, the subconscious will reproduce the fear. But if you say, "I am abundant," and feel gratitude, joy, and assurance, it will manifest those feelings as experiences of plenty. Every night is an opportunity to renew your mind. As you prepare for rest, imagine that you are handing over the concerns of the day to a higher power that never fails. Replace every anxious thought with words of faith. Replace every doubt with words of gratitude. Speak of peace until your heart feels still. Speak of abundance until your mind feels secure. Speak of success until your spirit feels uplifted. Then, surrender to sleep knowing that your subconscious is already at work, building the reality that matches your spoken truth. When you awaken, you will find subtle changes, a lighter mood, clearer thoughts, new inspiration. Over time, these changes grow into visible results, for life always reflects the dominant tone of your inner world. By speaking abundance, peace, and success before sleep, you are shaping that inner world consciously, turning each night into a workshop of creation. The universe responds unfailingly to the vibration of your belief, and through the simple act of speaking truth before rest, you command your subconscious to make it so. The world you wake to mirrors your last thoughts at night. Every morning, the reality that greets you is not a random occurrence, but a reflection of the mental state you carried into sleep. The subconscious mind, which never sleeps, works through the night to translate your dominant emotions and beliefs into the experiences of your next day. Your final thoughts before you drift into slumber are not forgotten. They become the blueprint for tomorrow's world. What you think in those sacred moments before sleep is what life will echo back to you upon awakening. When you understand this law, you begin to treat your last waking moments with deep reverence. The time between wakefulness and sleep is not just a fading of consciousness, it is a spiritual passage. As your conscious mind relaxes, the door to your subconscious opens wide, allowing whatever thoughts or emotions you hold to pass through freely. Whether you fall asleep worrying about bills, regretting the past, or imagining failure, those vibrations are impressed upon the inner mind, which then organizes your reality to confirm them. But if you go to bed feeling grateful, peaceful, and confident, your subconscious accepts those as commands and sets about creating circumstances that reflect serenity and success. Your mind is a creative instrument that never ceases to function. Even when you are asleep, it is active, arranging your world according to the last mental picture you impressed upon it. That is why people who go to bed filled with worry often wake up with heavy hearts, facing the same problems magnified. Their subconscious has spent the night reproducing the emotional energy they fed it. On the other hand, those who end the day in faith and gratitude tend to rise refreshed, inspired, and ready to meet new opportunities. The world did not suddenly change for them. Their inner vibration did. Their subconscious simply reflected their final thoughts into new experiences. Think of your mind as a projector. The subconscious is the film, and your conscious thoughts are the images you feed into it. Whatever picture you load before sleep will be projected onto the screen of life when you wake. If you fill your mind with thoughts of limitation, fear, or resentment, those images become the script your subconscious follows. But if you choose to visualize peace, abundance, love, and confidence, the next day unfolds as a reflection of those higher ideals. Life itself becomes a mirror, faithfully showing you the content of your inner world. This truth places immense creative power in your hands. You no longer need to wake up dreading what the day will bring, because you are the author of each new dawn. By consciously shaping your thoughts before sleep, you can design your mornings, your mood, and even your circumstances. Begin each night by reviewing your day, not with criticism, but with gratitude. Acknowledge the good you have experienced, forgive whatever went wrong, and affirm that tomorrow will unfold in greater harmony. Such mental discipline trains your subconscious to expect good, and as it always obeys the dominant thought, it will manifest exactly that. You have perhaps noticed that certain mornings feel bright and full of promise, while others seem heavy before the day even begins. This difference arises not from chance, but from the thoughts you entertained before rest. If you fall asleep thinking of peace, love, and success, you awaken into those same vibrations. If you end your day in irritation, fear, or despair, the morning greets you with those emotions magnified. The outer world does nothing but mirror the inner one. Even your physical body responds to this law. When you retire at night in tension and worry, your subconscious influences your heartbeat, breathing, and nervous system, keeping them in a state of strain. You wake exhausted because your mind has not truly rested, but if you go to bed with thoughts of calm and renewal, your subconscious directs your body to relax, repair, and restore itself. You awaken refreshed because the inner world was at peace. To use this law wisely, make a simple ritual of your nightly thoughts. As you lie in bed, clear away the noise of the day. Take slow breaths and repeat to yourself words of faith and peace. Tomorrow brings new blessings. Everything is working out perfectly. I am safe, I am loved, I am guided. Visualize yourself waking with energy and joy. Feel gratitude, as though the day ahead is already filled with good things. These are not idle words. They are living instructions to your subconscious mind. During the night, it will shape your thoughts into conditions that fulfill them. Over time, you will notice that life begins to cooperate with your expectations. Doors will open, problems will resolve more easily, and people will respond to you with warmth. This is not magic, it is the natural working of mental law. Your outer circumstances are nothing but the crystallized expression of your inner beliefs. When your last thoughts at night are peaceful and loving, your subconscious cannot help but project that peace and love into the physical world. You literally awaken into the vibration you fell asleep in. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember that you are setting the stage for your tomorrow. You hold the brush that paints the landscape of your day to come. Refuse to take your worries into sleep. They only multiply there. Instead, carry faith, joy, and gratitude into the silence of night. The subconscious will accept them as your chosen reality, and by morning, begin to reflect them in everything you see. The world you wake to is nothing more than your own thoughts made visible, so make those thoughts worthy of the life you desire. My friends, the truth we have uncovered tonight is both simple and profound. Asterisk your mind is the master key to your destiny. Asterisk. The life you live each day is the direct result of the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the words you speak, especially in those sacred moments before sleep. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It works ceaselessly, faithfully shaping your world according to the pattern impressed upon it. Every thought is a seed, and every feeling is the nourishment that helps it grow. If you plant fear, you will harvest struggle. But if you plant faith, abundance, and love, your life will blossom in ways that may seem miraculous. When you speak to your mind at night, when you whisper peace, success, and gratitude before rest, you are commanding the creative power within you to build a brighter tomorrow. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of reality. The law of mind never fails. It mirrors what you believe, magnifies what you feel, and manifests what you expect. So, use it wisely. Guard your final thoughts each day as you would guard a treasure, for they are the blueprint of your future. As you leave tonight, carry this truth with you. Asterisk. The world you awaken to is the reflection of the thoughts you send forth in the silence of night. Asterisk. Speak only of the good you desire. Affirm only the peace you wish to live, and know with quiet certainty that your subconscious will obey your command. Sleep then, not as one escaping the day, but as one creating the next. For when you talk to your mind with faith and love, you awaken to a world transformed.